Hey, how you doing today? We're going to be opening up a brand new deck from KeyForge. We have ourselves a display box. I think let's open one per day, see what we can get. And there's a stopwatch in the background. I'm sure you can probably hear it. But we've already begun, so who cares? Alright, what lucky deck are we opening today? Nah. Let's go with this one. For those of you that haven't played KeyForge before, this is the first video you've seen on it. KeyForge is a game created by Richard Garfield. He is the creator of Magic. And every single deck is unique. Today we have Dragon Tamer Caster. Not only is the deck makeup itself unique, but so is this name. Looks like we have, that's Sanctum or Logos, can't remember, Mars and Untamed. Let's see here, let's see what we got. Gotta hide the checklist. I'm not going to look at it this time. Last couple times I've been looking at on the side to see just how many rares we were going to get. I'm going to make this just a surprise for everyone involved. That includes myself. So as I was saying, this is a game by Richard Garfield. It is pretty awesome. I've been playing this, man, I don't even know how many times a day. Like, let's see. I've probably been playing 3-4 times a day, and every game is a blast. Every game feels different. It's a really well-designed game. We're going to start with Untamed here. Whenever you play a Reap, you deal 2 damage to each other creature. That's interesting. It's pretty cool since it's a play or Reap ability. For those of you also, this is your first time, whenever you, to Reap, you just turn your creature, instead of fighting with it, you can Reap, you gain an Amber, and then you also get this effect right here. Alright, this has Omni, it's an artifact, sacrifice it, return a card from your discard pile to your hand. Okay, that's pretty amazing. So on any turn, so we could even have already chosen, say, Mars on this turn, and then we can use this, because it has Omni, you're allowed to use an Omni card even if you've already chose a different house for that turn. And return any card from the house you're already playing back, so you always find your best card. Word of Returning, you get an Amber whenever you play this, deal 1 to each enemy creature. For each Amber on it, return all Amber from those creatures to your pool. That's actually awesome, and it's a rare. This card... Oh, so is Piranha Monkeys. I thought that was a pretty powerful effect. Piranha Monkeys is also rare. This is really neat. So if your opponent's playing a lot of different ways to capture Amber, it always goes on the creatures. You're getting all that back, kind of rendering those creatures useless, as well as doing damage to those particular creatures. Vigor. Heal up to 3 damage from a creature. If you heal 3 damage, you gain an Amber. You also get an Amber for playing it, so a great way to get to... Wow, a bunch of these cards already are getting us Amber. Here's another action. Deal 1 to each creature. You may destroy all Mars creatures. Wow! That's also a rare. And this just... If Mars is running rampant in your area, the Common Cold, well, hell, that'll take care of them. Save the Pack. Destroy each damaged creature. Gain 1 chain. Very good card. Regrowth. Oh, I've opened this before. I love this card. I don't think people realize just how good this is. I mean, being able to get an Amber and get back your best creature, whether it's from a house for a future turn or getting back your best Untamed creature, that is just a great card. Mimicry. When you play this card, treat it as a copy of an action card in your opponent's discard pile. Wow, so you get to play their best action that they've played. That's a pretty good card. Lost in the Woods. Choose 2 friendly creatures and 2 enemy creatures. Shuffle each chosen creature into its owner's deck. Man, what is it? Do we have... That's a lot of action right now. I think what a lot of people don't realize from what I've been watching other videos, you know, they're going on about creatures and artifacts and all these other things, and you know, there are control decks out there, and this card right here lends itself to a control deck. It's very nice. For the remainder of the turn, gain 1 Amber each time you play a creature. Okay, I kind of like the one that there's a creature in Untamed, a witch that actually has it on a body. I think I like that better. Be cool if that actually gave you an Amber to begin with. Fogbank. Your opponent cannot use creatures to fight on their next turn. Also a good card. Competitive Hunting. Deal 1 for each friendly creature in play. You may divide this damage among any number of creatures. Okay. This is a good card, but right now, just so far, I mean, We haven't even finished Untamed. It's probably our last card of it. But if you look at this, we have action, 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 artifact, one creature. Okay, so, yeah, for each friendly creature in play, if I'm just looking at Untamed, which, from what I've seen, other decks, man, Untamed is a very creature-heavy house to have, and we're not seeing any of that. We got all this action. Hopefully our other houses are going to have just a bunch of creatures. All right, so that ends there. That's the only way that card's going to see any use. Here's our first Mars. Let's see, this guy's awesome. I've had him before. Whenever you play him, you get to capture an amber for each friendly, ready Mars creature. So if you have a lot of Mars creatures, he's good. Tunk, like him. And whenever you play another Mars creature, you get to fully heal him. This guy has elusive. Choose an enemy creature. It captures one from its own side. So this is a cool way, like you take one of your opponent's amber, put it onto them, and then later on, whenever you defeat that creature, you'll get it back yourself. John Smith. Okay, good. We're starting to see some creatures. We need that. We need that for how lacking Untamed was. Ready a non-agent Mars creature. Your opponent's keys cost one more. That is really good. And then whenever you fight in Reaps, you get to capture one. We got two of those. Let's see. Ether Spider deals no damage when fighting. Each amber that would be added to your opponent's pool is captured by Ether Spider instead. Yeah, see, so far, I mean, this deck is extremely control-oriented, just with the themes and the different sort of cards that are in here. For mana turn, each creature loses elusive. You get an amber for playing that. Mother Gun, it's an artifact. Reveal any number of Mars cards from your hand. Deal damage to a creature equal to the number of Mars cards revealed this way. It sounds like that card's going to take some time to set up, because you're going to play it on a turn where you are most likely going to be playing other Mars creatures. Actually, this might be a great first turn play. You're playing at turn one. You have maybe 2 or 3 others in your hand after you refill. And it allows you to then play more Mars creatures and also deal damage to whatever your opponent had done. I can see some value there. This card, you sacrifice it. You may use up to 2 other Mars cards this turn. Okay, so it's an Omni effect. You're also getting an amber whenever you play it. So since it's an Omni effect, you... on a non-Mars turn, it'll allow you to use 2 of them. If your opponent has 6 more amber, deal 3 damage to each enemy creature. Okay, once again, another control-oriented card. Gets an amber for playing it. Deal 3 damage to each creature. Okay. Yeah, see, we're like, this is kind of so far it's like a control deck for weenie decks. I don't see too much to deal with really big creatures. Let's see, Rocket Boots. This creature gains Fight Reap. If this is the first time this creature was used this turn, ready it. Oh, that's actually really cool. So you can reuse a creature over and over, which seems to be a Mars creature so far, because we didn't have any in Untamed, and not sure what we're going to open up here in the logos. Look at your opponent's hand whenever you play a Reap. Oh, and it's a creature that gives you an amber. I like that. During your draw card step, refill your hand to an additional card. Mother. Okay, this is another excellent turn 1 play. Your first turn, if you are going first, you draw 7 cards, and the restriction is you can only either play 1 card or discard a card. That's the only thing you do on turn 1. This is a great turn 1 play. Your opponent can't interact with it right away. You're going to drop it down, and you're going to now, instead of drawing back up to 6 cards, you're going to go up to 7. Quixo, the Adventurer. Skirmish, let's see. So yeah, Skirmish and Fight, draw card. Man, he's a pretty small body, so you're not going to get to draw too many cards. But still interesting. Reap, archive a card. Archiving is a very powerful, 2 of those, very powerful ability. This guy, whenever he reaps, you get to draw a card. Okay, so once again, this is very controlled. Drawing extra cards, being able to find answers for what your opponents are doing, that's a very controlling element in a game. When this guy is destroyed, he goes back on top of your deck, and he also captures whenever you play him. This deals 2 damage to a creature and 2 damage to a different creature. This one allows you to archive a card, and then you discard a card. This whenever you play it, it's just an action. You get an amber. And right here, for the remainder of the turn, any amber you would gain from weeping is stolen from your opponent instead. That's a pretty interesting card. I don't think we had enough creatures, though, to really take advantage of that. We're just going to separate these out by actions and creatures just to see where we're at, because I don't know. And we'll just kind of put upgrades, and we'll put like artifacts aside. And even though they're also not creatures, but I mean, maybe there was more creatures than I thought, but it really feels like this is just super action heavy. Okay. I don't even know what the minimum would be, but I think you'd probably want, 16 creatures. That's probably a good number from what I've seen. Now we got 15. I know there's a lot of people saying they want like 20 plus creatures because they are so versatile, being able to fight and also reap. But I'll have to look back through this. It does seem like there's some interesting combos. That's another great thing about this game. Every time you open up a deck, you're going to find just tons of different combos, and a lot of times those combos are, in a sense, unique to you. You're the only person that will get to play with that particular combo, in a sense, or with that sort of numbers, because every deck is unique. And it also makes for some interesting gameplay, like if you go through a tournament of this game, you're going to be, there is no meta gaming. You're going to be playing against some people that might only have 15 creatures in the deck. You might play against someone that has 24. There's going to be a lot of different things. You're not always going to see the same cards. You don't know exactly what to expect. So you need to really learn your deck in and out so that you can play it the best that you can. All right, well, thanks for watching this video. I'll see you next time.